Hey guys, this is Michael from Clutter Stuff. I'm just doing a haul video from last week. Um, Hopefully, I'll be able to make a trip over to the comic store tomorrow. I really want to try because they're actually at the store I'm going to. They're having a Avengers standoff launch party. I'll talk about that a little bit more in just a second. But hopefully I can make it out there because they have, a couple of little giveaways and stuff that they're going to be doing. So the first one I picked up is this is a Marvel Cinematic Universe guidebook for the Avengers, and basically it's called Guidebook to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Marvel's The Avengers, and it's basically a guide to the characters in the Avengers movie. You can see here it's just little profiles for each of the characters, and some of them it talks about the comic versions, but primarily it's talking about the movie versions, the cinematic versions. It's interesting to read. It looks like they must have done these guidebooks, and I guess I missed them for the previous movies in the cinematic universe. Because for example, with Hulk, it says update. I don't know if you can see that here. It says Hulk update. So apparently they must have done and Thor. They did an update on Thor. So apparently, they must have done these for previous movies, and just are updating from the up through 2012's Avengers movie. So it doesn't have Age of Ultron or anything in it yet. It's just the first Avengers movie. So this is a copy of the all new, all different Avengers number 6, and you can see this is a kind of a throwback to the first appearance of Vision, which was Avengers, I don't remember which issue, 50 something. I want to say it was maybe 56 or something like that. But the cover's tribute to that. It's a good story. It's kind of a culmination of the last couple of issues. There's been a couple of instances where Vision was acting suspiciously, and I won't spoil it, but this is the kind of the end of that story arc, so to speak. They figure out what was going on with Vision. They are going to be starting the standoff event is going to be running through most of the Avengers titles. Avengers, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Uncanny Avengers, New Avengers, Howling Commandos of S.H.I.E.L.D., Captain America, Illuminati, and then there's going to be kind of a Avengers Standoff Alpha and an Avengers Standoff Omega one-shots that are going to give you the beginning and the end of the little crossover, just a little mini crossover like you used to see them. They weren't, it's not going to affect the whole universe or anything like Secret Wars did. But Ultimates number 4, I actually already have a copy of this. I talked about this in one of my last hauls, but I'm so excited anticipating the next issue. I ran into my comic store. I only had about 5 minutes to get in and out of there in order to get home to be here for when my daughter got off school. But I just kind of grabbed everything, and I forgot I had already bought this issue. So but I can't say enough good things about the Ultimates as a series. So even though I have a duplicate now, it's still alright. I'll probably pass that off to someone else at some point. So this is Dark Knight 3, The Master Race, number 3. And it's finally starting to pick up a little bit. The first 2 issues, I wasn't really sure what exactly was going on. But here we've actually got the appearance of the villain. I'm not gonna, or villains. I'm not gonna spoil it for those of you who haven't read it yet. This one, it is a little bit better. It's starting to feel a little bit more like the original Dark Knight Returns with this story. So yeah, that's good. I'm liking it now, and I'm looking forward to seeing what happens. So okay, I just talked about Standoff, and this is actually a prequel issue. Avengers. This is Avengers Standoff. Welcome to Pleasant Hill. It's just a one-shot. It's kind of like I said, it's kind of like a prologue to the whole thing. I won't spoil it. It's pretty interesting. I will probably try to talk about, do a video talking about the whole run once the series is over. But that's pretty cool. Deadpool and Cable split second. This is number 3, and this is the end of the story, and I love it. This turned into a great story. I actually was a little bit behind on reading 1 and 2, so I just finished reading those at the same time that I picked this one up. So I got to read all 3 of them in order, and it's fun. This issue gets it brings it all together, and the whole thing ends up really a fun story. So Fight Club 2. They kind of lost me a little bit, to be honest with you. At least here in this issue, I got, and I want to say that this was a little bit delayed in coming out, because it really seems like the last issue came out quite a while ago. I want to say it came out, last year, like maybe in December. And every previous issue was, it was monthly, and then it's like they missed a month. But it is starting to wrap up. I think the next issue is the last issue. At the end here, it says, it says to be concluded on the last page. So I think the last issue will be coming out hopefully soon. The whole thing's a little strange, to be honest with you, and that's saying something, because Chuck Palahniuk is one of my favorite authors, and everything he's ever written is a bit strange, but it's different in this medium than the books. The novels are much. I prefer the novels. I think I'm gonna remember that. Then we have Orphan Black, number 3. This is the start of a new story arc, I think. It's still it's Orphan Black Helsinki, number 4. Excuse me. I love the show. I haven't read this one yet because I'm a little bit behind on reading the previous 2, but I will say I love the show. I read the first issue in the series, and it was very good, and I'm looking forward to finishing up with this, and should be good. And then, I'm not sure why I did this kind of out of order. So anyway, Squadron Supreme number 4. This is another good one. I won't spoil too much, except to say that if you read the last one, they ended up in Weird World, which is, I haven't read the main series yet, but the Secret Wars crossover with Weird World was very interesting. So it was very different from what I normally read. So I haven't continued, but it seems all right. So anyway, it's not a big haul. Like I said, I kind of had to like run through, and there's definitely a surprise villain in this. I'll tell you that. There's a couple of surprise villains in this one. So, but yeah, I didn't have a whole lot of time to go through and look at the shelves fully. I just I only had about 5 minutes to kind of run in and run out. But hopefully tomorrow I'll have a little bit more time and can do another video, another haul video maybe tomorrow night, so that you can see all of the new ones. So anyway, that's it, and see y'all next time, hopefully soon.